Alright, sorry about that. So this is part two, which is actually still part one. I had got a phone call from my boss in the middle of my video, and it interrupted my video, and I forgot to. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, and even in the first video, after I had thought about it, I didn't really fully explain the initial steps besides just taking the bolts out and what had actually happened to bring the car in with the customer complaint. But yeah, so initial steps for taking the valve covers off to replace the grommets in the gasket itself are, you want to disconnect all of the spark plug coil connectors right here. There's 4 on each side. All right, and what I did, just looked around, seen what was all in the way, and just started removing it. All right, so this harness right here actually was in the way of where it comes right here because it's bolted down. So I figured it would present a challenge taking it out. So took this bolt out, took this bolt out, and took this bolt out. Also took off this right here, which is this piece. All right, that is bolted in down there like that, and this connector goes there like that, which I'll show you all that here in a second. After I get it all done, I'll make a third video, even though I don't want to. But yeah, having actually been able to stream, pause play, which I might be able to actually now that I think about it, I haven't figured it out. But yeah, well actually no, sorry, I see the little pause button here on the screen. This is my first video, excuse me, that I made in a long time. I only made one video before. Anyways, besides the point. So yeah, I'm gonna start making some videos. I want to be able to live stream, but I tried that, and apparently I have to have 1,000 subscribers and a bunch of other criteria got to meet, whatever. Anyways, yeah, I like working on cars, and I want to make videos to help people who like working on cars, whether they be mechanics, people trying to be mechanics, technicians, or just your average at-home DIYer. But yeah, so my videos are for educational purposes, and just to share some advice and information on how I go about doing things from my own information, experience, and what I learned along the way. All right, so yeah, back to what I was talking about before. Took off the harness, those 3 bolts, had to disconnect that before, which after I get it all back together, I'll go ahead and explain the step-by-step process on how that works. All right, so that way you have a better understanding of exactly where to start and where to finish. All right, doesn't matter how exactly, well, I guess it kind of does matter in what steps you do it, because some things you can't take off unless you take some of the other things off first. All right, and just for viewing purposes, I actually have worked on this car before, replaced all 8 injectors, which I should have made a video on that, but it's not too difficult either way. Yeah, back to this. So like I said, took off all 9 bolts on each side. You got to fish it out, the valve cover. Just be careful when you're trying to get it out, because some of these hoses can be plastic, and they get pinched or caught while you're trying to fish the cover out. You can break it depending on what car. I've done it before, and it's not a good day. But yeah, so where I'm at now is, you can see obviously I've taken the covers off after I disconnected all the coils. It makes it easier to pull the covers off if you actually pull the coilover plug boots out first, which I took all 8 of them out, and I'm doing a spark plug replacement on this too anyway. So I got all 4 coils right here for the passenger side, and then same right here. You can see all the coils. That's the one that was burnt, and then I already wiped them off, but excuse the rain, it's raining outside a little bit. But yeah, there was oil on, I'd say out of all 8 coils, I seen oil on at least 5 of them. So this valve cover, gasket, and spark plug tube well grommet seal replacement is long overdue. Okay, and also the car had a check engine light, which was a air fuel ratio mixture sensor, which is the upstream code for one bank. it had one for the other one, which I replaced it, and then when the customer brought the car back to actually replace it that day, it showed both codes. So I ended up replacing both of them, and yeah, came back on one of the sensors. Come to find out, Bosch sensors don't work well with imports. So Denso was one brand of one sensor, was the brand of one sensor, and then Bosch was the brand of another sensor. And I now am going to replace that Bosch sensor with a Denso, because, you know, if you look, you can, well, I can't really see it, but where's it at? It was on one of these things earlier, I seen it. But yeah, it says Denso. Anyways, Denso is like the main brand that imports use. So yeah. Alright, yeah, sorry about that. I had to pause for a second when my coworkers came over. Shut the hell up. Anybody trying to hear that? But yeah. So this valve cover is this gasket for the valve cover, right? It just peels right out. Sometimes when they're older, they turn into like hard plastic, and you gotta like grab them with pliers and pull them out piece by piece if they break. But if you're lucky, it'll come right out, you know. And when you get the kit from Advance, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, wherever you go online, doesn't matter, they are specific to the sides, so you'll figure that out when you try and lay one on and it doesn't line up. So yeah, all right. And then you do basically just, you know, you got the channel, it tucks into the channel, make sure it's all the way around, just tucked it in, you know, tucks in real good, sorry. And yep, like I said before in the first one, you know, bend the tabs, pop those out, put the new ones in, bend the tabs back, and then all you gotta do is just put it back on.